Hello, good morning everyone. I just started to do a video for YouTube, but we have two little chihuahuas here and Charles appeared, one of them started barking and below went my video, so I'm starting again. We have some really exciting news. Those of you who followed us on social media for years will know how we've grown, and I think our reputation has grown as well. And we are still taking animals from everywhere. For example, we're hoping very soon to bring a blind donkey that's been abandoned in Agadir with the help of a colleague down there. And we're very grateful for any help we can have with transport at the moment. I'll tell you more about that later. But of course, animals come in and the reality is we do our best to house them, but the food bill goes up and up and up. And we are facing the harsh truth that if we are going to continue in the future, we have to expand, and I'm sure my loyal supporters understand that. So here's the good news. This year, Jarjeer goes to America. We hope on a fast track. We've had so much support from colleagues involved in the charitable business in America, and two extremely good offers who are going to make sure that we can be established as a charity in America. And that will make a huge difference because Americans are so generous, but obviously it does help if they get tax relief, and they'll be able to then. And then on the back of that, I'm going to go to the States this year. Firstly, I'll go to New York, and I'm open to invitations after that, because we take the view here that I'm trying to pass on a lot of the work I've done historically to other people, because what we can't do, I can't have founder syndrome, where I think I'm the only one that can do everything. Because then when I pop my clogs and I die, the whole thing will collapse. So we're trying to set things up very well. So if I drop dead tomorrow, it could continue to function. And I'm very grateful to family in the UK who will keep the UK end going. I'm saying if I'm going to travel and go to the States, it's got to be this year, next year at the latest. After that, I really will be getting too old for those long journeys, and I always worry in case dementia starts to slip in and I can't think quite as quickly as I can now. So we're hoping very much that we will build our profile in America. I just can't thank Americans enough for the support they've given us over the years, but this should help spread our word even wider. And of course, the UK is a very small country compared to the United States. So keep your fingers crossed for me, all of you. And if anyone has any suggestions, please let me know. I think I told you before, we partnered with Network for Animals, which is a very good international charity. I have a lot of regard for them, and they visited here and very much wanted to do something about the Kalesh horses. And of course, they can't have a presence here unless they're linked to another charity. So we really felt the best way forward, if they want to come and visit and help me campaign over Kalesh horses, a partnership is really good. What's even better, that they have raised some money for a further grant to build more stables. We had a GoFundMe when there were problems in Agadir. I'm very grateful for support that was given there. So we now have, we're heading towards 200 stables, you know, and it isn't just a one-off build. We're constantly having to build. We tend to be left alone because everything we build quickly, but very much to meld into the landscape. And security helicopters are always flying over, so the authorities can see that. It is difficult to go through official channels and get planning permission for every single stable. It would never, we wouldn't be able to cope. But what does happen in a country here in Morocco, where you get extreme heat and rain, hopefully very soon, and much colder in the winter, that if you build bamboo stables or shelters, they don't really last, and they don't offer the protection that our animals need. They've got to be earth or brick built, and for the horses we've learned it has to be brick built because they will kick the earth shelters and kick them down. We had a night's rain the other night, and even with our limit on shelters we were able to get every animal under cover. So for the donkeys particularly, and our disabled ones, we can get 4 or 5 in a stable, and they quite like it because they keep each other warm. So we're constantly trying to think of the most cost-effective way to move forward, but to give them the life they deserve. And I'm sure you'd all agree, after their lifelong years of work, they deserve a decent retirement. Thank you for listening, and more news soon.